Welcome to Let's Talk About It, the show where we sit down with individuals you may or may not be familiar with and give them the opportunity to let the world know why they should be a household name. I'm your host, Timothy Rogers. And we're back. On today's episode, I'm really excited. Got a personal friend of mine here, comedian, entertainer, singer, songwriter. He go by the name of Swan. Without further ado, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, Tim? How's it going?
Good to see you as always, my brother.
It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Thank you for coming on.
Man.
Like I said, you're a personal friend of mine, but just do me a favor. This Let's Talk About It, the show where we allow the individual to let the world know why they should be a household name. Get more acquainted with the audience.
Oh man, well, I mean, you wrapped it up, brother, in one fell swoop, and it's an honor to be here. My name is originally Jimmy Rogers Swanigan Jr.
Okay.
Everybody called me Swan to shorten it down, and kind of got that from the military, but got started at a young age into to doing comedy, being around my family, acting the fool, and just had some people who helped motivate me and take it to another level.
Okay. Well, speaking of getting started at an early age, exactly when did you start your career?
1989, I started my comedy career. I had a guy, very good friend of mine, Christopher Wilkins. He's a specialist in the Army. He saw me and he said, "You know what, man? You need to actually let people hear you and see what's going on with you as a comedian." And I thought I was more of a singer at the time, but he pushed me out on the entertainment side to do the more comical side of things.
Okay. And Christopher Wilkins. Thank you, Christopher Wilkins, because we've had many days of laughter and joy because you pushed him on the entertainment side. I appreciate that, Mr. Christopher.
Right.
So since Christopher pushed you, I say that would be like a key moment that let you know that was something you should pursue. Are there any other key moments when you got to a point that you said, this is something I need to do, or something big is about to happen? Were there any other key moments?
Oh man, it was so many. Had many opportunities to meet different celebrities. You know, I had a chance of meeting the late great Bernie Mac.
That's amazing.
Right, I shot a movie, The Fighting Temptations, with Steve Harvey. And those two had some real inspirational things to say to me. Bernie Mac was saying to stay focused, regardless of what someone says. I have to follow my dream, and that's something that I really believe in, following my dream. Steve Harvey was saying that a lot of people don't understand your journey, and that was something that was really important to me as well. The journey. A lot of people only see the actual production when it's complete. They don't see all the hard work and your work ethic that goes into something, a product, before it gets out there as a finished product.
The blood, sweat, and tears.
Exactly. You know,
the blood, sweat, and tears.
And so Don D.C. Curry, also a great man who gave me a lot of insight about doing straight stand-up. He gave me some pointers while we played golf here in Columbus, Georgia. And he also just gave me a lot of motivational factors that I can use, some different variables to stay on track.
Okay. That's some heavy hitters.
Yeah, they big time, you know, and it's a blessing to have my name mentioned in the same name with those.
Oh, yes it is. Let's move on to inspiration.
Okay.
What do you draw from for your comedy, for your music? Is it a particular person, or is it a particular individual who inspires you? Where do you get your inspiration for your material?
I can honestly say it was kind of duality with my family, the Swanigan family, which is my father, Jimmy Swanigan Sr., and his family was more streetwise. My mother's family, the Bankheads, they were more into the gospel side, the touchy-feely side, the love. And I kind of mixed a lot of my characters, a lot of my comedy is based around the truth of family, because people can relate to those things.
Yes, we can.
You know, so when you have something that people can relate to, I believe that those are some of the actual variables that make a great comedian. Do you have substance that people can relate to? I'm not talking above you or below you. I'm talking about real things that they can relate to. And that's something I grabbed from the family. My characters that I do, Uncle Bojo, Big Mama Rose, Reverend Lionel Alots, Juan the Latin Lover. These are all family members and friends that I've come across in my lifetime. And I just rolled them into one big ball. And I said, this is what I wanted to do. My inspiration really truly comes from God. You know, it took me a long time to figure that out. And after being away from church for over 24 years, when I found a church home, World Changes Tabernacle in Columbus, Georgia, that's where I think I really got my niche. I started to have doors open for me that were never there before, performing for audiences and people who really were compassionate about the work that I was doing. I went from a lot of hardcore comedy into just doing more household comedy, where I wanted to do material that my children were proud of.
Yeah, that's important. If you put God first, everything else falls in place.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man, and I can testify to that.
That's beautiful. Well, what we're going to do right now, you were speaking about some of your characters, and one of the characters that you've been doing here lately a lot is Uncle Bojo.
Oh, yeah.
So what we're going to do now, we're going to take a short break and give the audience a taste of who Uncle Bojo is. That's okay with you?
Man, I love it.
Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Don't take something that's going to help me out there. Give me these folk over in Los Angeles. I ain't talking about the Crips and the Bloods. I'm talking about the Williams. I ain't gangbanging no more. I heard some boys up there earlier when I'm back there. I was on back there. Boy, you ain't baptized nobody in a minute, Bishop. Quit talking when I'm talking to you, Bishop. Bishop. I'm talking to you and the other. Y'all ain't going to sit over there. I'm talking about y'all. Over there talking about me. I'm talking about you. Look at you, need to baptize somebody this week. This week. Somebody get a lawsuit. Might be me. White folk, I don't know if y'all know it, but black folk, we sue. Ain't nothing like suing somebody. Well, I sue Bread of Life and be Bread of Life and Swan's Life. That's right.
And we're back. Like I said, this is a very entertaining man. You just got a taste of Uncle Bojo, one of his characters, one of his many characters. If you do me a favor, tell the people who all your characters are again. Some of your characters.
Oh man, we've got Uncle Bojo. He's the drunk uncle that ruins everything at the gatherings. We have Reverend Lionel Alotz. He's the pastor with Alzheimer's disease. We have Juan the Latin lover with no women. We have Big Mama Rose. She's the grandma that cuss you out in the same breath as a Bible verse. We also have Mr. Wilcox. He's the white racist through anger management.
Wilcox. We got to do another episode and bring Mr. Wilcox on.
Oh, he'd love to be on the show, man. Definitely. You know, that'd be great.
Be warned, Mr. Wilcox is a character. But let me ask you exactly why we all do things. We want to provide for our families. We want a better life. What are some of the reasons why you decided to pursue what you pursue? Is it for the money? Is it for the fame? Is it what are some of the goals you have in doing this?
Well, honestly speaking, everybody does something for a financial foundation. So definitely I want my children to have something better, my family, my wife to have something better, to have something to fall back on to ensure that their future can continue to go in the right direction. That's something that I'm very, very adamant about. Also, I love it. I mean, ever since I was a kid, my mother used to always say, "Stop acting a fool. Quit acting a fool. You always got to be the center of attention. You've got to try to make people laugh all the time." Well, it's paying off now. You know, I put my dues in, and that's something that drives me. My motivation is just to see people laugh. You know, people don't understand. Laughter is so good for the soul.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
And when you can laugh, it lets out so much suppressed anger that we have.
Exactly.
And people don't understand that it's great to get out and laugh. And I know in the craft that we have as comedians, actors, entertainers, when you touch someone, it's such a positive thing to get that energy back from the audience. And that's a feeling you can't duplicate with.
It pays you more than it pays them.
Oh, man, definitely.
It's the feeling that you get because it's coming from a genuine place for you.
Right.
And when they show that they appreciate it and they can relate to it, it makes it that much more real.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, when you can say that, and that came to also with I don't want to go back and harp on things, but it came with my relationship with God.
Oh,
you know,
God is
when
always,
I did not
always
have him
worth
involved,
going back to.
I tried to be those people who I spoke about earlier. Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart. These people all have their own niche and their own gift that they offer to the world. And that's something that I'm honored to be about, is giving what is me. And it took me a while to find out what was me. And when God gave me my path, it was the path that was probably less traveled, but it's more beneficial to me in the long run.
Let's talk about that path. What are some things you got going on right now currently that the audience can, get in touch with Swan? How can they get in touch with you? Who you working with now? What projects you got coming up? Just let them know.
Man, right now I'm currently with the Burke Management Firm out of Los Angeles, California. That is my manager, Mr. Victor Burke, and his brother, Van Zyl Burke. Also, we're working on some material with Dollyhood Records out of Macon, Georgia. A great group. I have to give a special shout out to Mr. Dwayne Banks. He's the CEO of Dollyhood Records. Also, Mr. Maxwell, better known as Sonny Spoon. Great artist, great entertainer. He's given me wonderful opportunities. The whole Dollyhood family has a concept that I truly believe in, and that's why I'm desperately looking forward to a lot of the projects we have in store, because they believe in GFB, and that stands for God Family Brotherhood.
God Family Brotherhood.
And that's something that when they said that, it just resonated in my heart, that this is something I want to be a part of, because they had substance. They had a great chemistry when we sat down and we met with one another, and that's something that meant a lot to me. So those entities are great. Also, Arnell Fagans, this is a woman I've been working with for the past 20 years. She and I are working to co-produce a production that she wrote, and she's going to direct. It's called Cookies. It's an inspirational play, and we're prayerfully going to get that out hopefully in May, before Mother's Day, around Mother's Day time frame. We'll definitely keep people posted on that on Facebook. They can find me at Jimmy R. Swanigan. That's SWANIGAN. And friend me on Facebook, and I'll let them know what's going on there. They can look on the Burke Management Firm webpage. That's BURKE, and check out some of the things that we have going as well.
Okay, well, let's back up a little bit. I heard you say something that I didn't mention. You said play. Mm-hmm. So that means you do a little acting too.
Yes, I'm an actor. I've been in a few movies.
Resume check, actor. I love it.
Yeah. And that's another one of the gifts that God blessed me with. I've been in a few movies, Courage Under Fire, We Were Soldiers, and also The Fighting Temptations. And I had very small roles, but at the same time I had a chance to work with true blue people who love what they were doing. It's totally different behind the scene when you can see entertainers that give their heart, that aren't looking for anything other than to say, this is a product that I put out. It was so great working on all of those different pieces. And I've actually had the honor of playing every stage in the Columbus surrounding area, Tri-City area.
Wow. With your vast experience, I know you have some words for up-and-coming artists. Here's your time to give back.
Give back.
Here's your time to give back. What would you like to say to up-and-coming artists? And then we just flow right into it, and you just let the world know why you should be a household name.
Stay true. The dreamers are the ones that make reality happen. Continue to dream. And have great work ethic. You know, people don't understand that if you don't have good work ethic, it's not going to ever come true. Stay focused. Stay positive. And I had to learn this the hard way. Put God first. If you don't put God first in what you're doing, it's not going to be what it should be. It's not going to be magnified. The things that I have going on right now, all of it came when I gave him the right spot in my life. That's number one. And when I did that, everything else fell into my family, my foundation, my friends, all of those who are true and close to me. I
love it.
Man,
I love
it.
Swan, my brother.
My brother.
I thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All day long. GFB, baby. God Family Brotherhood.
Let's talk about it.